but there were three chilling words used last night, reported to be that used by Mr. Rippon, which I thought reflected very badly on the culture, and of course I'm referring to just the women. So to give the wider quote, our sources were just the women, a second-hand briefing. That to me, this is a comment made just a few months ago, just the women, just reflects actually the culture of deciding whether or not sexual abuse privileges should be recognised or not. Sexual abuse allegations should be recognised or not. Actually, the culture hasn't changed at all.
That phrase on the face of it isn't in the least defensible, of course, and I do believe the culture has changed since the 70s and 80s, but I'm not convinced that it has changed as much as it should have. And that takes me to the third strand of work I announced at my press conference on the 12th of October, when I talked about wanting to bring in an external expert or advisor who would help us with any ongoing allegations of sexual harassment and effectively provide an external pair of eyes for me on the broader culture, in the broadest sense of how women are treated at the BBC. In a number of things I've said already in public, I've said that this is something the BBC simply has to get right, and I'm not sure that we have got it right in every respect at the moment. But what I'm doing is I'm in a position to give this news to the committee today. We've asked Dinah Rose QC to join, to come and work with us to look at how our handling of sexual harassment charges of any kind is working, and to look at cases individually to see if there are any common threads or themes that we need to be alive to, and then to work to me on the question of making sure our culture is everything that it should be.
But do you think that those words, just the women, will encourage anyone now to come forward to the editor in Newsnight with any potential whistleblowing allegations? I'm not talking necessarily about members of staff, but members of the public. Or will they go to ITV Discovery instead, who are happy to go on the words of just the women?
Well, I desperately hope people won't be put off, because I think a great deal of good and consistent BBC journalism across a wide range proves that that is not an attitude we have.